Rick's kid. So, and I know Judith is Shane's kid, technically. But yeah, Gregor Todd, thank you for the €2 or pounds. If dog dies, we riot. I wonder what would be crazier, if the dog died or Daryl died. Hey, what's up, Joe Howard? What's up, Solar Flare? Do you want them to, from Justin Bell at Reveal, do you want them to reveal Alpha and Beta's real name? I would like that. I would honestly really like that. Like, we didn't get any of that in the comics, and it frustrated the shit out of me. Actually, wait. No, never mind. I don't think he didn't say that. I think he just referenced who he actually is. A basketball player. Which I hope they change a little bit of that in the show. I don't want him to be a famous basketball player. It's so stupid. I think what they should do with him is have him, like, I guess, he could be a famous person, a celebrity. I'm okay with that. It's kind of interesting. It's like, whoa, what, this whole time? But I don't know, maybe of a rock band, that would be cool. He was someone from this, I think that would be interesting. Because that kind of fits with maybe he was a part of a heavy metal band. I think that'd be super cool. Maybe Slipknot or something like that. I don't know what they could do there, but it would just be interesting if they did something like that. Not make him a basketball player. Like, if you read Beta's last issue, which is issue 173, you're going to hate Beta so much. Because I don't like Beta in the comics. So I hope they change that on the show. Beta's cool in the beginning, don't get me wrong, but after, oh shit. $5 or euro pounds from Simus. Nah, did you see the Fear the Walking Dead trailer? What do you think about Dwight? Yeah, I did see the trailer. I absolutely love that. I was expecting Dwight to appear, and then yeah, his appearance there. It's kind of weird because like Dwight and Morgan, did they ever have a scene together? I know they were on the field during that fight, but like, did they ever have a scene together? It's a little confusing. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't understand how they really know each other. I know they would have heard of each other. They probably did. I'm thinking. I'm expecting. I don't know. Because, like, Morgan was just going crazy all throughout the entire war. He just wanted to kill everyone. So, like, I'm trying to think. Did Morgan even know who White was? I can't remember if there was an actual scene. It's so weird. But I mean, they could probably explain it away. If there was like a month or something time jump or whatever in that very end of season 8, so that they could do something. Thank you for the $279 or $280 super chat, Dead and whatever. This is out of place, but do you play the Walking Dead games? Yeah, I just finished the final season. I uploaded it here on the channel, and I played all the Walking Dead games, but. Yeah, I'd say season 4 is definitely my favorite for sure. Season 4, then it would go season 2, and then it would go season 1, then season 3. I know a lot of people love season 1, and it's a good season, but I thought it was hyped up a lot, and I think it could have been because of the PewDiePie thing and all. I love the Lee and Clementine story. It's really amazing, and it's probably one of the better story arcs of the series. Although I think Clementine is a little bit better. It's been building up for a bit. And the final episode I really enjoyed it. Season 3 was just what? I don't understand the whole thing with season 3. Whatever. You can kind of see why they had to end it all. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed that. All the other games, I never really played the Michonne games. I think I tried to, but I was like, no, there's no point. And that's pretty much it, I think. Airfuse, thank you for the $2 super chat. I wish your old man Carl theory was still viable. I know, I wish too. Like, when I made that theory, I was like, you know what? This theory is gonna stand for the next like 5 or 6 years, because I was like, there's no way they would kill Carl off. And it makes sense. He's gonna be like the legacy character. I feel like the series would end with him like 60 years old or something like that. He's like really white hair, or just like kind of gray or dark, or just like dark hair, maybe it's gray, or there's some white in it. It's a crazy beard. patch on with like Rick's hat or something, sitting around a campfire, and he's telling this new generation of what it took to get here. And that was the story of The Walking Dead. Carl was telling the story the entire time. Which obviously would be like, well, how do you know that these certain moments happened or whatever? Like, that could just be, well, you know, we had to film something and build a story on it once we had to do that. You know, that could be explained pretty easily there. But yeah, I thought that would have worked out really well. Kind of sucks, but you know, that theory got killed super fast. Holy crap! In a shocking way too. Holy shit. Ours, $2 super. Thank you for the $2 super chat. In need of Andrew Lincoln, his voice will do fine. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, you mean just for the finale? If his voice is in the finale? Yeah, if that happens, I'd be happy as hell. I was actually watching. I shared it on Twitter. It was Rick Grimes. Somebody, I guess, did a tribute where it just featured a bunch of stuff with Rick. Throughout the years, and you had Hurt from Johnny Cash playing over it all, and man, that was just amazing. Addie deserves better than justice for Eddie. Thank you so much for $2 super chat. RZ, thank you again for another $2 super chat. Your optimism makes the show feel hopeless, though. I mean, I guess I wouldn't view it as optimism. I don't know. The thing about this show is like, I actually mentioned it like at the end of season 8. Like, and the thing is that's a big thing too. I don't mean to shit on season 7 and 8 because I know I see some of those comments sometimes, and I do bring it up sometimes, but I don't really ever mean to just shit on it that much. But you can't really deny how a lot of people were feeling at the end of season 8. Like, I still remember, I think it was like after episode 11 or 12, it was somewhere around there of season 8. I was like, holy shit, like, All Out War is going to be over soon. Like, thank God. I was, and when the war was over, I was just so leading up to the finale. I was like, holy shit, I'm just going to enjoy the shit out of this episode because then it's done. I can just get away. You know, we can get to the Whisperers or something. And so, I don't know if anybody should ever really feel that way about a war. You know, it's just, those 2 years, it's just hard to go through. And like a year ago, we were all just wondering, or not we were all, but a lot of us were wondering, like, how is the show going to move on? We just got a bunch of bad news after bad news. Andrew Lincoln was leaving. Like, what? We get that news, what, 5-6 months, or whatever the hell it was after Carl's death. It was just like, and then Meg Cohen was leaving. It was like, hey, this show is done. It's dead. It's dead. And I just kept hoping, because I'm a huge fan of the zombie genre. I'm a huge fan of survival stories, and you know, I just kept hoping, please be like really good again. And then I saw the trailer, and it definitely looked better. I think it was actually the sneak peek they released the day before. It was like this 20-second scene, and it was like, whoa, that looks like season 4. It was so weird. And then, yeah, it just kind of went on from there. And this season's just been really great. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about with where they're going. I think because the show's doing really good right now, and because, yeah, just because of that, and because I'm so excited about the main show, I'm kind of excited for Fear now. I'm kind of excited for the Rick Grimes movie. I'm excited for everything. So, yeah. Tom Ferrer, thank you for the $5 super chat. What if the old man Carl was replaced with Judith? Yeah, they could easily do that. So Judith wasn't really around to be able to tell those certain stories, so that part would have to be ignored. But I would like it if it ended with Judith really, really old. But then again, I don't see that happening because Judith is a legacy character, and I see her being around for, I guess, a future spin-off. Once The Walking Dead's over, I think they'll probably do another one where she's a 40 Django's, thank you for the €2 or pounds. Old man RJ. I mean, same thing could work if something happened to Judith. But it would still, I don't think they would end the show like that, because if they showed RJ and Judith like 40-something years old or 50-something years old, there's no way, I mean we would know that they survived up until that point, right? So I don't think they could really do that. But I mean, if the show ends in a certain way like that, I mean, it would be cool if maybe they weren't like old man or old lady or whatever, but maybe they were just in their 40s and the show ended that way, and then sets up the sequel to The Walking Dead with them with that old one. I wonder who they would cast for this thing. It's Gino 14. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Hey Dad, do you think Daryl will get Michonne Prego? No. You crazy? Spider, thank you for $2 super chat. Who is our hardest out of the 3 main Pike deaths? I think Enid was probably the hardest. Second, I would say was Tara. Then third, I don't even know. Oh, Tammy Rose. Yeah. Henry was shocking, but not really, because so many people talked about it for the last, like, 2 months or something like that. I don't know if it was true, but I just kept seeing that comment, oh, Henry's gonna die, Henry's gonna die. I'm like... So I didn't know if it was gonna be true or not, but it wasn't... It was shocking when I seen it. I was like, wow, they actually went and did that, but it wasn't... I don't know. The hardest was definitely Enid, because it's just kind of sad. With Tara, it kind of makes sense. I didn't hate Tara like everyone else did. She wasn't like my favorite character. I mean, I like Tara, but it kind of made sense that she died. I'm glad they picked her over Rosita. And with Enid, yeah, like I said, it was just tragic. She had the whole thing with Carl, and they were all together. To think that's how her stories would end, her whole thing with Glenn in season 6, just, you know, it's kind of tragic. It's like, wow, you're gonna get your head cut off in like 8 years or whatever. Thank you for the 279. Dead 1 line. Will this war be bigger than Negan and Rick's war? Yes, the Whisperer War will be bigger. It's not going to be as long though. I think it's only going to be for the second half of season 10, and that's pretty much it. It's not going to be a whole season thing, which is smart. Definitely really smart. $5 super chat from Miss Rick on track had 6 episodes in season 9, but his voice was really good for Cliffhanger. But I think RJ is the only one in the room who thought of it. That would be an interesting theory if it was something connected to Rick. The whole 6 episode thing, like, I mean, there's a part of it that's like, yeah, that was true, but a part of the 6 episode thing was like, it was a rumor, you know? It started off as a rumor. It was never like confirmed that he has 6 episodes in season 9. They said, I think they said it was 6, but they didn't. Like, I don't know. It is possible they just got the reporting wrong. $2 from RZ. Ezekiel dies soon. Why not put him on pikes? With that whole rumor, I don't know if that's actually true. I'm hoping that Ezekiel's not going to die. And I don't know. I just really like what they're doing with him right now. And it would be so cool to have... I mean, I talked about it in one of the teaser breakdowns I did this week. It would be so cool if Henry's death did something to Ezekiel and Carol. I don't know if it would break them up, but like something where it just... They got so where they like hated each other. Maybe that would be a breakup. I don't know, something like that. It would just be kind of interesting if they had to like. It wouldn't be like a civil war or anything like that, but maybe it would be a temporary breakup, and they would end up getting back together because they would. I don't know. I just kind of don't like Carol just happening. I think if they broke up, it would be interesting to have Carol on her own again, having Ezekiel on his own again. Yeah, I don't want him to die. I hope they don't. Eric, you're reading $5 in the chat. It made me realize the governor's story arc is now this thing. Yeah, that is sort of that is kind of crazy. That's what I realized leading up. Or no, it wasn't leading up. It was it was in my review. I think for that I mentioned that. It's crazy. Like the whole governor thing's just gone now. Like everyone, I mean not everyone from there, but like Tara being introduced, that whole side story there. I think her name was Lily. You had the governor, that little girl. I can't remember what her name was. Penny? No, that wasn't Penny. Wasn't that governor's daughter? I can't remember what her name was. But yeah, to just see how it all played out. Tara outlived them for, how long was that? 9 years or something like that? I mean, she lived a pretty long time in this crazy ass world. So yeah, it's just tragic to see how. Like, I really want to. I think rewatch The Walking Dead this summer. I want to see just how I view it now. I haven't rewatched the series since season 5 or 6. So I'd like to see how I would view certain things. Tara, RZ, thank you for the $2 super chat. Your work is so good, man. Thank you very much. Tom Ferrer, thank you for the $5 super chat. She had bad luck getting flirted by a 4-year-old man. Her parents dying, Glenn dying, Carl dying, and herself getting decapitated. Wait, getting flirted by a 40-year-old man? Wait, what are you talking about there? I'm trying to think. Talking about Gary? Chris Van Dyne, thank you for the $1 super chat. Dead 1Y, thank you for the $7 super chat. When Michonne leaves and finds Rick, she says that she had another kid. That would be super cool. I can't wait for that shit to happen in the movie. For Michonne to tell Rick, oh, by the way, I was pregnant. Or like maybe Rick already knew. I don't think he did, but that would be crazy. Holy shit. I'm wondering if Rick knew though, because in episode... What episode was it where Michonne was speaking with Negan? Was that 3 or 4? I don't know. Anyway, Michonne was talking with Negan, and then Negan said something along the lines of like the future, this and that. I can't remember what happened, but it was really implied then that Michonne could be pregnant. I think I did a video on it, which I thought was crazy, but ended up actually being true. RZ, thanks for the $2 support. Daryl's wing, why does he have one now? He has one now. I think it's probably just worn away. I don't know the official reason. If I did, I just forgot the official reason. That's the thing about The Walking Dead. Sometimes you're just gonna forget certain things because it's just like there's so much shit revealed and you know throughout every week. It's like, but I think Daryl's. I think it just sort of it's more symbolic because it was half of it was broken I think before Rick left, and everything is kind of like broken when now it's genuine, like he lost Rick, you know, part of himself was gone. Before it was fractured because his relationship with Rick was fractured. I think it kind of symbolizes or symbolic for that. $2 super chat from Donald Newton who was talking about putting on her over. I'm not even sure who that would be. I don't know. I don't remember anything that happened to me. Thank you, Tom Ferrer, for the $2 super chat. I am talking to Enid. Oh, you meant okay, yeah. Dylan Behrens, thank you for the $2 support. What's going to happen with Lydia's character? That's an interesting question. I don't know what's going to happen with Lydia's character. It's... Hold on a second, I gotta get this water. I realize I've been talking straight for 34 minutes. So, Lydia's character. I mean, she's obviously going to be... I would like her to have a relationship with Judith. Actually, wait, somebody... I seen that on Twitter. There was a picture of Judith, or the actress who plays Lydia, holding Judith. And that would be really interesting, I think. To have them have some sort of relationship. I think that would be cool. Like Lydia's the big sister to Judith, which is kind of a cool little Easter egg to Lydia and Carl's relationship in the comics, because I'm sure Lydia and Judith would have had that relationship had Carl been alive. Yeah, I kind of like that. Which would mean Lydia has to get to Alexandria. That's where they're going. Which I guess I should point out is airing in 16 minutes.
Oh, not the spears.
Future in episode 3. Yeah, I think that was a part of that. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Episode 3 was so crazy.
Gun.
I think it was the beginning part of that.
Spears and a gun.
Rick was playing with Judith, like, falling over. That's so sad to think about. If the governor was still alive, Alpha wouldn't do shit. Fraud with 2 euros and 30 pounds. I don't know about that. I think Alpha's tougher than the governor. All that makes a lot of sense because he's broken. Yeah, like that's kind of sort of my interpretation of it. Garrett Poncho, $2 super chat. Thoughts on Fear the Walking Dead characters on the radio? See, I'm kind of interested in something. What was her name? Kristen Acuna. I don't even know what her how you say her last name, but she posted something where she shared a bunch of photos from Fear, and she shared a shot that was what's his, I don't know, what the hell's his name? Is that John? I can't remember who it was. Anyways, he was in front of a radio, and she just had like those little eyes or whatever, and so I'm wondering if she's hinting at something, because everyone's talking about this, you know, thing, and I'm just wondering, I'm like, was she hinting at some, if there is a radio thing in the finale, is she hinting that it's related to Fear the Walking Dead? Which would relate with Gimple saying that in this next week or something, there's going to be a big announcement with a major crossover. Maybe there's something there. I mean, in an hour or so we'll find out, but yeah, I don't know, maybe there is something there. That's kind of interesting. Mist X, $2 super chat, not ready for the 7-month wait. I know, I'm not. Well, actually, honestly, I'm kind of okay with it. This season's been kind of insane, and I'm kind of interested in taking a break from it for a little bit, just so we can find out some other information. Because the show's going on for another 10 weeks right now. That'd be crazy. I'm kind of excited to have that break, just because there's the Fear stuff, and I think it could be tied to the Rick Grimes movie stuff. There's some more announcements coming. There's going to be some magazines coming. There's other things that are coming this summer. Game of Thrones is popping up in 2 weeks. Star Wars Celebrations is there. I'm not really excited for it, but I'm kind of interested in the trailer. I want to see what the man's about. I don't even know what the hell they're going to do next. I know it's Rey versus Kylo Ren, but I'm like, is that just it? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out this summer that I'm looking forward to covering. Twilight Zone this week. I think I'm going to review it. I'm going to try to review it tomorrow because I know it is on CBS All Access, but I don't have that, so I want to see if it's going to be on a different service or if I'm just going to have to wait until Thursday. I think it's on Thursday, so I'll have a review either Thursday or tomorrow night, depending on when it's released or whatever. But yeah, even though there's a 7-month wait, there's a lot of shit to still look forward to. Like in July, there's going to be the season 10 trailer. Up until that point, there's going to be a lot of information. And this year's going to be much more than normal because of all the spin-off stuff happening. Like last year, it was just sort of like they were finally getting into the bigger universe. Scott Gimple just took his role as chief content officer, and Angela Kane just became a showrunner. So they were literally just focusing on that. And this year, they're expanding and building on all of that. Dad, thank you for the $2.79 super chat. When Michonne leaves, how she can take care of Judith and RJ? If Michonne leaves, I think it's gonna be like she finds out Rick's alive, and she just is like, you know, if I go over there, you guys gotta stay back because it's dangerous. Like, I think it's easily explained it that way. She doesn't have to be there for them. I know it'd be sad, but Judith would probably think Judith would understand. RJ might have a hard time without his mom. But I think overall, I think they would understand. I think Daryl would be there. And I'm hoping some sort of like mother figure would be there. Because I think it's important to have both that. Which kind of sucks that Judith hasn't really had that. She may have a father figure in her life. I mean, I guess you could argue me for that, which I don't know if Rick would like too much. $2 super chat from RZ Poncho again. We'll sort of yeah, I noticed that kind of it's like that. I don't even know what to call it. Big huge sweater thing. Practically perfect for news. Thanks for the super chat. Here's Buzz on the King. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't watched the finale, so I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but I haven't heard anything. Yeah, so I don't know. RC, thank you for the super chat. Maybe we'll meet Herschel if Maggie returns. I know that's right. That's going to be amazing. For that to happen, that's good.
Oh, it's triggering me.
show brought back its horror roots from Tom Ferrera. Yeah, I would say it's Man with the Whisperers. There's definitely an element to that, especially this season. They brought a little bit of that. In season 8, they touched on it a little bit with the battle of the Rock. That was I really love that episode, just because of how much it felt like Night of the Living Dead. Sort of. I really love that. You should check out the Killing Eve. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Killing Eve. That sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've actually heard of that. A show that I want to check out, but I don't know, is Nosferatu. Like, I love Nosferatu, the old ass movie. And I love Bram Stoker's Dracula. I love just that kind of thing. Nosferatu seems like, I don't know if it's really based on that. I don't really know. I don't like the title of the Nos, the number 4, then letter A, and number 2. I'm just like, what? Why can't you just call it Nosferatu? Could they not do that? So I don't know what this is based on. I don't know what it's about. A show I'm interested in checking out is Preacher. I've never watched Preacher, and I hear a lot of good things about it. I don't know what the series has done. I would be interested in covering that on the channel. That's something I've always been wanting to get to. Same with like American Gods. There's some other shows out there that I really want to talk about. But 28 days later, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did anyone else think it was so badass to see DJ, a former savior antagonist, go down fighting 2 Whisperers at once to save people he once hated? Sad face. Yeah, that it was. It's kind of insane. I actually just watched I watched a scene from episode, was it 15 of season 9? I think DJ was in that one. He was holding Simon back or something like that. I'm pretty sure. I could be making that up. But I feel like I've seen that. But yeah, it is kind of crazy. DJ was, it just kind of shows that he followed orders, you know? And it's cool that he died in the way he did. He really did. It's weird, but like I just like, I don't know, like, was he introduced in season 8 or was it in season 7? Because I don't remember him being in season 7. Maybe I'm just forgetting. But yeah, he got a pretty badass death. Everyone who died on those pikes, they have a memorable death now. Ryan J, thank you for your support. Do you think Carol will ever adopt another child? No. And she should. Kermit the Frog, thank you for the €2 or £2. If the governor was alive, Alpha wouldn't be dead. Did I read that? I swear I read that. Yeah, you really said that. And I disagree. I think Alpha would probably kill the governor. $2 from Tom Ferrera. You should read House of Leaves. What is that about? Here, let me Google that. I don't know if that's well, it came out like 19 years ago.
I know.
I don't really know what it's about. Oh, it's some sort of horror book. I mean, I'm interested in checking out these books. I definitely have to. €10 or £10. Thank you so much. Arbuckle, that's the most someone's donated tonight. Just because, how long till showtime? I mean, you can't go to showtime. Actually, 6 more minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna end this like a minute or 2, and then we're gonna. I'll make sure if you guys want to see my reactions, live reactions, just follow me on Twitter at MovieIdol. I'll be posting all my live reactions on there. Yeah, 6 minutes. So I'm excited. I can't believe like this is gonna be the last live stream for a while. I don't know when I'm going to be live streaming again. I might live stream for Game of Thrones. That's definitely something I might do. Because Game of Thrones is starting in 2 weeks. So I think I'm probably going to live stream Game of Thrones. Yeah. I think that's part, yeah. Because Game of Thrones, I love Game of Thrones. So. Why didn't you do Avengers Endgame trailer 2 right now? Was there no trailer released recently? I know with certain things I totally forgot to review. Like, I forgot to review the Motley Crue movie. It's so stupid. I forgot to review Us. I just forgot this week. I remember, I think on Thursday, I was like, wait, holy shit, I was supposed to review that shit. One thing I want to do I really, really want to do this. I'm trying to figure out how I can do it. Is I want to every Friday review a movie, just any kind of movie, and just do it every Friday. I can review like Dawn of the Dead. What was that movie? What's that movie that I'm thinking of right now? The Crazies or Crazy or whatever. Just reviewing a ton of different movies. I would love to, or like Us, or newer movies that come out every Friday. Just reviewing, or like like Train to Busan or whatever. I haven't watched that, so you know, there's a lot of different things I would really, really love to review every Friday. So I think I would like to do that. I was thinking of starting that next Friday, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I really would love to. Just because I know a lot of people like my review for. What the hell's that movie? It's with Martin Freeman, the guy. It's a zombie movie. What the hell is that movie called? It starts with a C, I think. Cargo. That's right, Cargo. I love that movie. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys. Actually, here I'm gonna go to the super chat quick before I end this video. Donation error. No, I haven't. Oh, yeah, no problem. Shout out Canadian. Thank you for $2 support. I'm hoping we get to see how Darren met Dog. I mean, it could be self-explanatory. I don't know. And okay, sci-fi art buckle. Donated another £10 or whatever. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for joining. I'm going to be, or make sure you stay tuned for my review coming out within whatever hour or whatever it is after the episode airs. And I'll see you guys over on Twitter for those that are going to follow me over there. And yeah, thank you guys.
Fuck off.
Sekiro!
I make that mistake all the time. I get fucking baited and try to heal. Get the timing.
So the crazy thing about the Walking Dead comics is that we never, at least as much as we get in the show, get characters on their own, sort of having their own personal journey. It's been a super long time since we've got a standalone character story. The comics have been really rampant for a while now. Pretty much after All Out War, we went straight into the Whispers, which led to the war and its aftermath. Only now does it seem like things are really starting to calm down. Issue 174 follows the story of Negan as he's forced to live out on his own after his exile from the safe zone. To be fair, he really was never welcome there anyways. But this issue is powerful. It makes you feel for Negan. It's the first time in the series Kirkman decided to jump right out and make Negan beg, to have him broken down much like Rick was in issue 100. It's issue 174 that gave us a whole new Negan, hence the title of the video, The End of Negan. The very beginning of the issue focuses on Negan's life after the safe zone. He's doing quite well on his own, a big difference from what the world used to be like. Walkers were everywhere, people were everywhere. A few years out now in the apocalypse and walkers are depleting as well as people. I absolutely adore Negan's storyline with his wife, what the sunflower means to him, which was really nothing essentially. It all fit into the narrative that Negan kept trying to replace Lucille. He kept trying to find things to replace her. The one moment that popped out in the issue was the killing of that dog. Now, would I say that's harsh? Well, I mean, not if you're out on your own trying to survive in a zombie apocalypse. It only makes sense that Negan would do that, right? And what I was saying before about him doing good now on his own, I meant surviving-wise. Food-wise, I mean, things were pretty shit. Supplies were running super low. The dog was the only thing he'd be able to eat to survive, so you can't blame the man. He tried canned food, but it was expired to shit. Again, it's very hard to stress it enough, but I loved seeing Negan out on his own. Very different than it's been in past issues. The only real alone time I think we've ever gotten with Negan besides the Here's Negan series was his trip with Brandon to the Whisperers camp, and that wasn't much. When Negan finds that bat in the barn, I love how much it excited him, the idea that he could have Lucille again, but it was at this moment that he realized that he'd be doing the same thing over again, replacing his wife with some stupid object. He even tries to wrap some barbed wire around it, creating the very thing that had gave him comfort for so long, but he didn't care, at least at times. Issue 174 gave us this final answer. I'll talk about the Maggie confrontation in a second, but with how that ends and the Lucille dilemma finally wrapping up, we saw Negan leave Lucille behind, burning in a barn as a sense of leaving the past behind. Very similar to Daryl and Beth doing the same thing in the television series. The biggest moment of the issue was of course Maggie confronting Negan. We knew this was coming, it was only a matter of time. I'm actually surprised it took this long. Negan killed Glenn in issue 100. It's now issue 174. We went through a few wars, a ton of arcs, and only now we're getting this? I'm not complaining, it definitely built up the tension well. Having them both almost forgive each other was what I would say gave me a sense of closure. I'm just happy to put behind the Maggie and Negan tension storyline. It was always in the back of everyone's minds when reading every issue, like, oh, Maggie will freak out if she sees Negan. I'm glad that's all done. The scene itself was very emotional. Negan broke down, and when I say broke down, he cried like a little bitch. He wanted to die. It was as simple as that. He gave up. And it wasn't all for show. It wasn't any cop-out. He wasn't faking. Once he realized Maggie was hesitating, he fought so hard to get her to pull that trigger, reminding her of Glenn's death and what he did, pulling at her heartstrings, saying that he would do it again and so forth. Again, a drastically different Negan than we've ever seen. And I'm very serious about that. If you read the issue, you would know exactly what I was talking about. I've never seen Negan cry before. We've never seen him like that at all. It was something a lot of us were hoping we would get in Here's Negan, a more emotional story to set up the rise and what he became, or rather, I guess, the downfall and what he became. This is where the title of the video comes in. Did we just witness the end of Negan? It's all speculation at this point. Surely there will be parts of him that will always remain very Negan-like, which first of all should be in a fucking dictionary. If you swear like a fucking pirate and boast about how mighty your dick is, you're a Negan. The face he makes when he walks away from the barn is very hard to read, but it's for sure a different expression than we've ever seen. He's just relaxed. He's had closure. He's okay without Lucille. I repeat, he's okay without Lucille. And that's messed up. Like, what? A Negan who doesn't want Lucille? I'd be better to place my bets on Daryl making smart decisions again before that. I can't imagine or even conceptualize what the future holds for Negan. Again, his future is all dependent on that very last panel. Does he go back to Rick? Does he try to help out? Is he more grounded now? What changed about him now that he let Lucille go? These are the tons of questions that Kirkman's got to answer, and boy, he better have the answers to that. But let's talk about the other big closure moment, and that was Maggie's. She chose to not kill Negan. She chose to let him suffer with the guilt of killing Glenn. She saw what he was and decided to let him suffer. I can't tell you how happy I am with that decision. It's something Glenn would have wanted, but I will say something sort of gave me the creeps was when Maggie kissed Dante. I don't really have an issue with them together. I don't really have an issue with it. It's been a long time since Glenn's been gone, but it felt super fucking weird. It was just super weird to see. I won't shit on Kirkman for wanting to push Maggie in that direction. It's only natural, but shit, that was random. The crazy thing to think about is Glenn's been croaked to shit for years now. It's only been a little over a year in the television series, but in the comics, it's been a really long time. To imagine Glenn in the comics, I mean, The Walking Dead's just come so far since then. It's sad to think that at some point we'll feel the same way about Glenn in the show too. It'll be season 13 or 14 if the ratings get better, and we'll see Maggie finally move on from him. We'll see her let go of the burden of revenge she's felt for many years now, or at least at that point in season 13-14. This issue was just fantastic, guys, the best one in a while. The last issue I really enjoyed was issue 167, and that was with Andrea's death. I can't remember the issue before that I really enjoyed this much, but I do gotta say, I mean, it's just crazy to think that Andrea's gone. If you guys can't relate, it's sort of equivalent to Michonne dying. It's just really weird to not have her in the series anymore. As for what's next, I hope we see some more Negan and Maggie. The ultimate test is to have them both working together, something I don't see happening for quite a while. Not too long, but maybe another 20 issues or so. But where does Negan go from here? Who knows? Maybe he comes across the Commonwealth. That's the big focus for the next arc, the New World Order, the group that I am theorizing were responsible for the helicopter in The Walking Dead Season 8. We're going to learn a shit ton more about them in the next issue, which is coming out in January, and I look forward to that. Issue 176, I believe, will cover them a lot more. We see their leader, whatever her name is, on the cover, which likely says a lot about issue 175, that maybe we learn about the place, but not about its inner workings, their philosophies. That we'll learn in issue 176 with the reveal of the Commonwealth's leader. The future is definitely looking bright for the Walking Dead comics. Issue 200 is planned right now, and that's insane. Kirkman knows where he's going for the next 30 or 40 issues, which I guess only makes sense, right? I mean, he better know where he's going. In the letter hack section of issue 174, he has this to say about issue 200. Yeah, it's only 27 months away. It's only 27 months away. I'm getting old. Hell, we all are. But yes, I know exactly what happens in issue 200. How else are you going to top issue 100? Holy shit, Robert Kirkman plans to top issue 100 with issue 200. I mean, that makes sense. 100 issues is a big milestone. It's why they introduced Negan in issue 100 and had him kill off Glenn in the same way. Kirkman needed to give life into the series again. It was his way in letting the fans know we're not done yet. I expect that with issue 200. Expect a big death to occur. Not just a big death either, like a big change of story. Something that'll change the direction of the series for the next 100 issues. Because if you think about it, Negan's had a profound impact on every issue since issue 100. Kirkman's original plan was to have the comics go for 300 issues. He hasn't updated that goal since. It'll likely go a bit further, but it's exciting as hell to wait for the change of direction in the comics. The first 100 issues were all about finding somewhere to survive. The next 100 so far anyways seem to be about, well, we have this place to live, but how do we defend it? Now, what'll be the third? Will it be more philosophical? Will they try to fix the world? That's where the New World Order could tie in. What are they and why do they look so much like the old world? But that's issue 174, guys. Great issue. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Actually, maybe a 9.2 out of 10. It was just super good. My next video will be a season 8 mid-season finale video, so make sure you subscribe to get that. I apologize for the delay in having this issue review coming out. I'll save you the excuses and I'll just give you one. I was busy. But just as a reminder, because I never actually mentioned it in the video, at the end of the month I will be announcing the winner of the Walking Dead bundle. I always do these monthly giveaways in case you're new to the channel. This month is the Walking Dead theme. Sometimes I do different themes and whatnot. Usually with the Walking Dead, I will keep the Walking Dead on. I also am doing a special Star Wars giveaway. The winner for that will be announced on the 15th. But to qualify to win any of these, you're just going to be a subscriber and leave a comment down below. But please give this video a like down below if you enjoyed the video, of course, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Ah, fuck. expect that.
Miko, but Miko no Sasa.
冷た
ミコのし
俺がアシナを生かす。信じらせはせぬぞ。参れ、関野。
Ah, fuck off. Working. I don't know the time for the fucking thunder.
Orega Ashinaを生かす。じらせはせぬぞ。
巫女のバダ巫女の笹
詰めた。
お巫女のブ
俺がアシナを生かす。じらせはせぬぞ。俺がアシナを生かす。 せぬぞ。参れ、関野。せよ。せ
Fucking die, fucking die, fucking die. He's left. Show me. Faces. Oh! That's so fucking cool.
見事じゃあSekiroソロモン
Attack dragon. All along.
巫女の私に巫女のささ
詰め
お流飲を返すことを望まれるな竜のそう巫女の無事
だな。ああ、物資のフラフラと多分いく俺ああ、多分俺じゃあな。
おそばにおります。竜の涙を。参りましょう、我が巫女。
九郎殿、今はどうか安らかに私の心にとどまってください。さようなら、みんな。私は行かねばなりません。我らの因果を断ち切るために。とても長い旅になります。それでも共に来てくださるのですか？
はい。
ありがとう、竜の忍びよ。九郎殿も喜んでおります。参りましょう。
The West.
西に神の
Dragon in
竜の
Corniname.
だな。ああ、物資多分俺。じゃあな。
狼の欲では狼よでは
How's it going, guys, and welcome. Trying to do it before the owl boss fight if you get the chance to. Though if it is too late for you and you have already killed the owl boss and you still want this ending, it's worth going to check anyway, as the game is still kind of new and nobody knows the exact reason. The first thing we need to do is just before we face Owl on top of Ashina Castle, we want to approach the watchtower where Ishin is, and he should be having a conversation with Emma. Instead of walking in and talking with them, we want to lean up against the wall and we'll be given the option to listen in to their conversation. It is not specified anywhere explicitly that you need to do this step before actually fighting Owl on the roof. However, I tried doing it once after the Owl boss fight and they was no longer there for some reason, so I would recommend trying to do it before the Owl boss fight if you get the chance to. Though if it is too late for you and you have already killed the Owl boss and you still want this ending, it's worth going to check anyway, as the game is still kind of new and nobody knows the exact reasons or the exact timing of when and when you can't do things. But if you want to be really safe about this, make sure you listen into this conversation before the Owl boss fight. Once we have finished listening to the conversation between Ishin and Emma, we want to go to the rooftop of Ashina Castle. Here we're going to have the choice whether we want to follow the Iron Code and side with our Father Owl, or if we want to betray him and stay loyal to the young Lord Kudo. For this ending, we need to choose the second option, the one that we want to stay loyal to Kudo. This is going to initiate the first fight with Owl. After we defeat him, we want to continue down into Kudo's room. Once we're inside Kudo's room, we want to go to this back wall and lean against the wall, and here we'll be able to eavesdrop on Kudo. You want to eavesdrop on him a few times to exhaust all of his sort of dialogue he can have. The final dialogue piece you need to be listening out for is, yes, do what must be done.
We're almost there. Yes, do what must be done.
This may require you to eavesdrop on him once, rest at the idol, eavesdrop again, rest again, and check again if it keeps on cycling the same dialogue. But once you've heard that sentence, now it's time to rest at the idol, and when we look around the room, Emma will be gone. And Emma disappearing from this room and going upstairs is the sign that everything's going as it should, and we're ready to move on to the next step. The next thing we need to do is go upstairs and speak with Emma. Here we're going to have another choice. We need to choose to agree with Emma. And after we've finished that dialogue, we want to sit at any of the idols, rest, and then speak with her again. After exhausting her dialogue again, we're going to go to the old grave idol. Very close by to the idol itself, we're going to approach the graves, and here we can find Emma once again. So we speak to her here and exhaust all the dialogue. Once we've finished talking with Emma here, we're going to go back to the temple, the main hub area of the game where the sculptor is. And instead of walking in the room and talking with Emma and the sculptor, we're going to go round to the back of the temple, and if we lean up against this wall, we'll be able to listen in on yet another conversation. Once they've finished talking, now it's time to go inside and speak with Emma. After this conversation, she should give us the Father's Bell Charm. With this, we can go and pray at the same Buddha little statue we used to get to Hidata Estate the first time. Quick side note, to access this second version of Hidata Estate, you must have already killed Lady Butterfly. However, this isn't actually a missable step, as if you haven't killed Lady Butterfly yet, you can always go and do it now. Once Lady Butterfly is dead, now we can use the Father's Bell Charm to access the Hidata Estate the same way we did the first time. However, this time it will take us directly in front of the burning down building, where we'll almost directly encounter our first mini-boss. Now we're inside Hidata Estate, we want to follow the path until we get back to the room where we fought Lady Butterfly on our first visit here. He will initiate the second encounter with Owl. Once we beat him, we will be given the aromatic flower. This is the item we need to use at the end of the game to get the purification ending. So from here, you would continue the story as you normally would by going to the Divine Realm, defeating the Divine Dragon, and then coming back and doing the Shin final boss. After defeating the final boss of the game, we should now be given two options. The first one should be to simply give in the Dragon Tears. This would be for the regular ending. However, if we have done the previous steps and have the aromatic flower in our inventory, we should have this second option down here to hand in the aromatic flower. Once we choose that, that's pretty much all there is to this, and that's how to get the purification ending in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. I hope you did find this video helpful. If you did, don't forget that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content.